of Soulful of Wellness. Cheers to you, Kaelynn.
Cheers to you, Kit. Ugh, love you. My main batch.
Cheers to you, listener.
Oh my gosh. Kit, I don't know. It's like a 40-hour work week for us sometimes.
Actually, that's something that I don't know if I need to calculate. How many hours of my life I've spent communicating with you in the past year?
We talk a lot. Text, phone call, video chat, recording, you name it. But it's all worth it because it's all for you. And we are so excited to be celebrating 1 year of the podcast. Crazy. Time flies.
As you've probably noticed, today's episode is a little unconventional for us. It's our Happy New Year celebration episode.
Kit and I haven't seen each other in a year.
In person,
this whole
right?
pandemic, we've not seen each other, so...
Now, I have things in my car that have been driving around for months that are for Kaelynn. And I figure when I do see her, my car will be with me, whether it's at my house or her house or anywhere else. Either way, this is the best way to get those items to her is to basically have them travel with me everywhere I go.
Oh, so we're going to meet up on the actual 1 year anniversary. So this is 1 year podcasting. So 52 episodes. This is our 53rd episode. And April 2nd, next Friday, will mark our 1 year. So we have to meet up and actually pop the champagne.
So exciting. Here it is.
What you get as a listener potentially is we are doing a jade roller giveaway. If you leave us a review and hit that 5-star button, you will be eligible to win a jade roller from us. We will announce the winner on April 1st, 2021, so stay tuned. This week's episode, unconventional, but definitely in alignment with this year's celebration.
We were planning a regular wellness-themed episode. As we were planning, we couldn't help but reflect on this past year and our journey, just how much we've learned. And then we realized, oh my gosh, these little lessons are fabulous lessons for life. So this week is Reflections on 1 Year of Podcasting, lessons for life.
It's pretty interesting how they're applicable. So let's just get into it. I'm excited to share with you. So our first lesson we learned.
Lesson number 1 from 1 year of podcasting.
Start before you're ready.
If you wait until you're ready, those are my air quotes, you will never start. It's such a crutch. I can't tell you how many things in life, how many times in life I've used the excuse, I'm almost there. I'm almost ready. I just need a little more research. I just need a little more practice. I just need a little more
time.
Fill in the blank, XYZ, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Diminishing returns on investment. In the beginning, when you're starting something new and you're trying it out and you're learning about it and you're researching it, yes, you make a lot of gains. You learn a lot. But at a certain point, the only way to progress is to start.
Just do it. It's like you're standing on the diving board and you've been researching diving for months, but at some point you gotta jump, right? Even when you're not ready, even when it's scary.
Yes.
Just jump. It's not going to be the most perfect dive in the world. That's fine. What? Don't expect perfection.
Yes. We were so not ready to start a podcast when we did. We started concretely talking about starting our, at the time, unnamed wellness-themed podcast in the end of 2019.
Yeah.
We started getting together. We started doing practice recordings. I could go on and on about the things we didn't know yet and the ways we tried that weren't successful, like talking into GarageBand together in the same room so all the voices were in one track.
We're really bad at tech. We've really improved.
And then after months, so it was months because it wasn't until March when quarantine hit, months of practicing and planning and recording faux episodes, quarantine hit. And at that point, that was the push I think you and I needed to take the leap of faith. We thought we're never going to have this much time. We had those 2 weeks. Remember those 2 weeks?
Yeah.
We had those 2 weeks.
No one will forget those 2 weeks.
Everything shut down, and we thought, this is the perfect storm and generates even more need for what we're planning to put out there.
Were we scared? Yeah. Were we intimidated? Hell yeah. Did we know what we were doing?
No.
Not really.
Not a single
But we
bit.
just do it. Just start it. I mean, we had no idea that over a year later, since, the concept first came, we would have a named podcast, a branded podcast, a website, and a social media presence. Like, we had none of that in the beginning.
And beautiful, loyal listeners. That's your shout out.
We love you. We would not be here without you.
We wouldn't.
Obviously.
We'd be back to talking to each other, not recording it and not publishing
On
it.
the
We'd be like,
phone.
we tried. Nobody was interested. You know what? If that had happened, I would still feel proud of myself for trying. Yes, I'd be disappointed it wasn't successful. I'm eternally grateful that we have been as successful as we've been, and really, really proud of us for taking that leap of faith.
You know, it's one of my favorite quotes.
Tell me.
One of my favorite quotes, like, of all time. It's usually used in the movie The Secret to describe the law of attraction. You don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what really got us to just take it and just say, we'll figure it out as we go. We've done enough research. You can really get caught up in getting stuck in the research, and it's just like, just try it.
I will see your don't need to see the whole staircase and raise it. And raise it. Sometimes I really think it's better if you don't see the whole staircase, because I know from my life there were times that if I actually knew what I was getting myself into, I wouldn't have tried it.
Oh, yeah, the editing.
So I really think it's better for me and my reluctant to take risks personality type if I don't know how big and tall and steep that whole damn staircase is. If all I know is I need to get to that first step, but I'm pretty sure there's a step after that, but I'll deal with that one when I come to it. I think sometimes that's just so much better. Life lesson learned from 1 year of podcasting. Number 2.
Never be afraid to be your authentic self and to put your authentic self out there.
Do it for you.
This one's important.
Judgment be damned.
Yeah, do it for you. Do it for you. If you see what you're doing through a lens of others, you're never really going to know what other people are thinking unless they outwardly
No,
tell
you're
you.
never going to please everyone. There are going to be people who love you. There are going to be people who are never going to love you, no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do. They're just not interested in being happy or being pleased or being impressed or whatever it is. So if you can do it for you and just say, this is me, I own it. I own my strengths. I own my flaws. I'm doing the best I can. And that's going to be good enough for the people who matter.
And see what happens from there.
Mm-hmm.
And then what a gorgeous reward that you're loved for being your true authentic self.
I think whenever you and I were getting hung up on what ifs, what if this isn't what people want, or trying to guess things that we had no way of knowing and couldn't know. And then we would rein ourselves in and say, we can't plan for what we can't know. We know how to coach. We know how to be coaches. We went through an excellent program at Georgetown. We're certified in this stuff. We have clients. We have successfully coached clients who completed the coaching process and went on to live happy, well lives. We have success stories in our past. We just need to own ourselves and what we're putting out there and feel proud of it and stand behind it. And that's going to be good enough for the people who matter, for our listeners. Life lesson learned from 1 year of podcasting. Number 3.
A little editing goes a long way. Cut the fluff.
Cut the fluff. You have so many limited resources, limited time, limited attention, limited energy. And so much of that gets wasted on things that aren't important, that aren't significant, that don't matter. Sometimes it's disproportionate. The bulk of your time and energy and love and passion should go to the big, important things.
Right. Edit your life.
Edit your life.
Edit out the stuff that no longer serves you, whether that's people, a person,
Edit it out.
an unfulfilling job, a situation. Edit it out. Only make room for what fuels you, because
Yes.
what are we trying to do here? Soulful living. Living from the soul, baby.
Yeah. Clean it up.
Clean it
Cut
up.
the fluff.
Cut the fluff.
Lessons learned from 1 year of podcasting. The final and number 4.
Your vibe attracts your tribe. Your people will find you. You don't need to necessarily go looking.
With podcasting, it's about building a wellness community. The give and take, the sharing of ideas and tips and strategies.
Like, you vibe with people for a reason. And we know that energy is absolutely everywhere. Energy is extremely real. If you vibe with someone, lean into that. If you vibe with a situation, lean into that. A scenario, a job, or whatever pulls you into that highest vibration, like that magnet, listen to that and continue to surround yourself.
I like how you phrased that, because it gets to the point of be aware, look within, and pay attention. Raise that awareness level. How am I feeling about this? Because so often I notice, speaking for myself, I tamp things down. I say, not now, later. I don't have time for this. And my body is sending me distinct signals that I'm choosing to suppress or ignore. But if I do that too long and too hard and I don't circle back around to it, my body gets more vociferous in its expression.
Yeah, your body's going to talk to you.
Yeah.
For sure.
So important. And just trust the process.
It'll happen. Trust that, and the tribe will come. Your people will come, and you'll feel lifted. And we're your tribe. We are your tribe.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
We need to say a huge, huge, huge thank you for being here. Thank you.
Peace, love, and light.
Peace, love, and light.
The Soulful of Wellness hosts are certified health and wellness coaches. This podcast is intended to inform and entertain listeners on their wellness journey. This podcast is meant to enhance, not replace, listeners' care from doctors, therapists, or other medical providers. So full of wellness.